The U.S. has now imposed a 25% tariff on nearly all goods imported from Mexico and Canada.
This is optimism, so it's single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
President Donald Trump's tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China are now in effect. These tariffs will lead to price hikes on a range of everyday goods, from food and electronics to home appliances and vehicles. The new tariffs impose a 25% levy on imports from Canada and Mexico, while goods from China will face a 20% tariff. These three countries accounted for 40% of all U.S. imports last year. The impact on prices will depend on how businesses handle these additional costs. Some may absorb them, others may adjust their supply chains, and some may pass the cost directly to consumers. Canada. From Canada, the U.S. imports key agricultural products like wheat, barley, oats, beef, pork, and poultry. Dairy products such as cheese, milk, and butter are also major imports. American grocery stores depend on Canadian fruits and vegetables, especially during off-seasons. Since grocery retailers work with thin profit margins, these higher import costs will likely be passed directly to consumers. Expect price hikes on dairy and fresh produce soon. The U.S. also imports a significant number of vehicles and auto parts from Canada, including engines, transmissions, and tires. Many automakers have integrated supply chains that cross the border multiple times before final assembly. Peter Nagel, an automotive economist, explains that almost every vehicle on the market today will be affected by these tariffs. Prices could start rising within 1 to 2 weeks. Mexico. Mexico is one of the U.S.'s biggest trade partners. In 2024, the U.S. imported $46 billion worth of agricultural products from Mexico, including fresh vegetables, beer, and distilled spirits. Fresh fruit was the largest category. Avocados alone made up $3.1 billion in imports. China is the U.S.'s largest trade partner, supplying electronics, machinery, and consumer goods. The U.S. imported over $126 billion worth of electrical and electronic equipment from China in 2023. Consumer electronics accounted for $96 billion of these imports. Products like smartphones, laptops, and gaming consoles are now vulnerable to higher prices. The U.S. also imports most of its footwear from China. Nearly 99% of all shoes sold in the U.S. are imported, and China is the biggest supplier. Additionally, 75% of all toys and sports equipment in the U.S. come from China. With tariffs now in place, American consumers should prepare for rising costs in the coming months. The full impact of these trade policies is yet to be seen,